Hey, it's time for another generic Pokemarket update, starting with an article by Corbin Hosler on TCG Player, taking us through some notable single prices going up and down, and then we'll also look at some sealed prices of recent sets. Let's get into it. For the second time in 2026, the movers and shakers this week are filled with more cards moving up in price than moving down, and while there are just a couple of notable cards ticking lower, Team Rocket's Moltres from Destined Rivals, for example, there are also a number of standout cards moving up in price as well, starting with a Mega one. Mega Charizard X EX, Secret Illustration Rare, Special Illustration Rare from Fantasmal Flames, has officially reversed at least some of its previous dip, bottomed out around $430, market price right now almost $600. It's also not the only Charizard moving up in price this week, and the other is itself kind of a litmus test for the overall Pokemon market, given its mixture of recognizability, collectability, and somehow also the kind of affordability test that only qualifies as such in the Pokemon market. This card has been going up and down over the past year, was on a decline for the last few months, but the past month has been a good one. Went from $249 to $265 in the last week. Now, I know it's a bit silly to mention affordability in the same breath as a $250 Pokemon card, but in the world of Bubble Mew and Umbreon cards of various flavors and Pikachu self-portraits, it's a somewhat attainable goal for a high-end card that isn't a rent payment. Well said. Next up, we got Blastoise from Crystal Guardians. I believe this is a late EX era, Ruby and Sapphire era set. Most famous for the $1,000 Alakazam Gold Star. Perhaps the $800 Celebi. But it's a Delta species that we're looking at today, Blastoise. This printing actually trails a number of cards in the set, most notably the Delta Charizard. Pretty cool. And that is what, about $440 right now. Blastoise is catching up to that. Fighting type Delta species climbed steadily throughout 2026, starting the year at $50 and ending just shy of $100. But the new year has brought new heights for the 20-year-old Blastoise, as this week the market price moves it up officially to $117. While we're on the subject of Delta species, Rayquaza 16 from the 2006 set Holland Phantoms is climbing at a clip even more extreme than both of these. Today you're looking at about $200 for a copy of the Water-type Rayquaza, which is light years from the $50 it was this time a year ago. Yeah, that's crazy. The movement on these 20-year-old cards illustrates the idea there's always money to be made in the Pokemon TCG market. Sometimes you just have to do a bit of digging to find it, which brings us to the next gainer this week, Pokemon you historically have to look very hard to find. Mimikyu GX. Lost Thunder came out in 2018, which both isn't all that long ago for a game celebrating its 30th anniversary, but is also an entire era ago for a game that's gone through multiple explosions since pre-pandemic releases of 2018. Lost Thunder has held up very well. It's headlined by a $225 Lugia GX Rainbow Rare that has been inching up bit by bit over the last few months. And overall, the set sports 5 to 7 cards that carry triple-digit price tag. That includes the currently spiking Tyranitar GX Rainbow Rare that has moved from $90 a month ago up to a $103 market price today. As for Mimikyu GX, the Psychic Pokemon has been on a big 12-month run of its own. This time a year ago it clocked in at $70. Today you're looking at almost $200 for a copy of the elusive Pokemon. And because you can't talk about Mimikyu without talking about Gengar, I'll mention that Gengar VMAX from Fusion Strike went back over $700 this week, settling at $712, around a $25 climb from a week ago. Alright, next we got, let's close it out with a promo. We got Mewtwo Level X. Common denominator among all the promotional printings we've seen climb in the market price over the last several weeks has been they've come in as cards with low volume and even lower liquidity. These cards are naturally not selling often. Makes sense. The cards that are going to move the most in price are going to be cards that are low in availability. This week, Level X DP 28 Mewtwo going from a market price of $54 2 weeks ago to $120. That's just crazy. And there's none even available, you know. I won't jump out of this yet. Let's finish reading. Meanwhile, EB Games exclusive promo printing of Team Rocket Zapdos ticked up from 92 to 105. And the stamped Gyarados from Ancient Origins did what many pre-release or staff cards have done in recent months, take a leap in price, in this case from $265 to $280. So let's check out some sealed prices. First, we've got Ascended Heroes now for pre-sale. Stuff is still ridiculous. Looks like the PC ETBs maybe come down a little bit more. They were up more like 330 last time I checked. How do I go back? There you go. Booster bundles, $77. This is ridiculous. Forget this set. Hasn't even come out yet. People are paying ridiculous money. I mean, they're buying more of these. People are buying more booster bundles. This is allegedly the last thing they're gonna print. We already know like the schedule of what's gonna come out. I don't think these come out until March. I might be mistaken. This is one of the last things to come out. The set officially releases on January 30th, but the product is being staged out. So people buying these on pre-sale for $80 from random shops online, be prepared for a refund. Alright, next up we got a set that's actually available, if you can find it. Fantasmal Flames. Sleeve booster packs. Not doing a whole lot. $6-7. Oh god, I said it. We got $40 for a booster bundle. Not bad. ETBs are at $75. Let's take a look at booster boxes. Up and hanging strong at $245 for a booster box. Pretty crazy. These were selling over $300 at pre-sale. After release, quickly dropped to around $275. That's where I got my box at, and then tanked quickly all the way down almost to $200, about $215, $210, but have since regained a lot of momentum for the last month and come back up to about $250 a booster box for Fantasmal Flames. Crazy stuff. Can't say that I called that one. Next up, we're going backwards here in time. We got Mega Evolution base set. ETBs sticking around 75, 80 bucks. You got 70, 75 for the Gardevoir, maybe 75, 80 for the Lucario. What else do we got here? Check out the enhanced booster box. I don't know if I clicked the enhanced one, but they're both around $250. Not doing a whole lot. Crazy that $250 is the baseline for hyper modern booster boxes. I'm talking about sets that have just released. Now, keep going back. We'll check out Black Bolt and White Flare. Black Bolt a little more expensive than White Flare. Booster packs around $8. We've got ETBs around $85 and PC ETBs for around $175. Check out what booster bundles have been doing. Pretty solid, around 50, 55 bucks for a Black Bolt booster bundle. White Flare, like I said, a little cheaper, around $7.50 for a booster pack. ETBs are $77, and the PC ETB is only $150. White Flare booster bundles are also hanging out around $50, but just a little bit less than the Black Bolt ones. Actually, are they the same? Yeah, basically exactly the same. So booster bundles for White Flare and Black Bolt almost exactly the same. Some of the other product a little cheaper. The ETBs a little cheaper. Anyways, keep going back. One more. We've got Destined Rivals. An insane set. Take a look at the booster boxes here on another very short-term tear over the last week. But since over the last 2 weeks, so January 3rd was 2 weeks ago, it was $400 and already up to lowest listed is, these are all loose packs. This shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be, okay, if it's a Korean booster box, I don't know how to list that. There should be a Korean section somewhere. You shouldn't be able to list that either, but it's okay if there's a couple of foreign packs at the top. That's obvious. This is annoying when you have so many loose pack booster boxes listed under booster boxes on TCG Player that you have to go to page 2 to find the lowest listed actual booster box. That's annoying. Anyways, lowest listed is actually 430 after that rant. So up, Temporal Emporium is the lowest listed indeed. And just so you all know, this is not necessarily, if you're on TCG Player, this is not necessarily the lowest listed. It's the lowest sponsored listing. If there's no sponsored listings, I guess it's just the lowest listing. But sometimes this will just be like a sponsored listing, and there will be other listings that are cheaper. Obviously, take a look at those cheaper listings. Make sure you can trust whatever store they're coming from. But that's about all I got today for this market update. Hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you did. I appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one.